Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I took this picture from looking like this to this, right? Ignore this whatever snooty effect I did in the background. I was just playing around to see what how far I can push the image, right? So this is before and this is after, right? So this image was provided by GMT is one of the group members, and I'm going to link his Instagram in the description of this video. Um, so when it comes to retouching, right? Not just retouching, when it comes to editing pictures, like I always say, it's not just about I want to edit picture. You have to have a vision, something you're trying to accomplish, even from right from the point of shooting, right from the point of you taking the picture. You have to have a vision, something that you want to achieve, right? So when I saw this picture, the first thing that came to my mind was like, I first of all thought of a white background, right, to make it look like a fashion, like there's a hard light and there's a white background there. I tried that, it did not work. So before I did it the other way I showed you. All right, so I'm just going to show you what I do is I retouch my image the same way. If you go to my videos and check every video, you discover that I retouch my videos, I retouch my pictures the same way, exactly the same way. The skin, there's nothing you can do. It's frequency separation, right? There's no. A lot of people are looking for new technique. Oh, I want to give me new technique, give me new way of doing things. You have to stick to the one that works for you, right? Frequency separation works. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to duplicate Ctrl J. Ctrl J. So what I'm going to do now is just come to select and select subject. All right, so this has been selected, but it didn't select the pole, right? So what we are going to do, we're going to come to object selection and make sure this is on add, right? We want to add. So this first one is to create new selection. This second one is to add to the selection. This other one is to remove from the selection. This one is intersect, right? Then you're just going to click on this and just draw a box around this, right? Around this. So it's going to select it. Alright, so it didn't actually select the top. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, what's happening? So what I'm going to do, let me just zoom in. What's up going today? Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come to quick selection and make sure it's also in R. That you can see this plus, so I'm just going to click and make it select this, right? So it didn't select, it selected this. We're just going to click on minus, then reduce the brush size and just most time I don't really waste my time when it comes to selecting, because I'm just going to use mask. Whatever I want or don't want, I can usually bring them in. Like I'll show you what I mean. So now that we have selected this, what we are going to do now is just create a mask, right? Come here and create a mask, right? As you can see, we have before, after. So we have a mask for this. Look at what I'm going to do now. I'm going to deselect this, create another duplicate, Ctrl G. The reason I kept this mask here is for whatever reason I will need it, so that I don't, if I want to select the subject again, I don't have to go to select and go to select subject. All I have to do is just click Control. As you can see, it's already showing selection. Control and just click on the mask and the selection comes up, right? So that's the purpose of me keeping this mask here. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to Control select, then come to this market 2 here, right click, way before we move. So layer via cut. So what I'm doing is just isolating subject from the background. So now what I'm going to do, so all right, so one thing I'm going to do now, I'm just going to come to this market 2, selecting 2, and just create a box around it like this. Then I'm going to come to edit, we're going to come to content aware fill, and we're going to just tell it where to sample from, right? So I'm going to come to plus and click on here. So I'm telling to sample from this area, right? This is what he did. I'm going to click on apply. All right, Ctrl D. All right, so here we have before and after, right? So now it doesn't look like anything. Let me merge this on Ctrl D. Now it doesn't look like anything. So if I turn this together on, it does not look like where it wants to be. Well, I get there gradually. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to come to the mixer brush, right? Mixer brush, and you're not going to do any frequency separation. Just mixer brush. You're just going to mix the colors, right? So now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to create a new layer between this background copy and this one. So we're going to create a new layer. So it should not be on top like this. It should be between the subject and the background. So we're going to come to our brush tool. We're going to sample this red color. Right. Click on sample the color, and we're just going to paint on it like this. Alright, so we are almost done. One thing I can say is that I covered this place here. I want to come to, let's create a mask. I don't like using the eraser tool, and just remove it from here, right? Alright, so one thing also is I can come here too and add a mask. I don't know if what I'm doing now is making any sense, but I hope you understand. So I'm just going to do it like this to read this. Alright, now we're good. Let me see what I can do. Come here. So in doing this, I made sure that the hardness is all the way up, so that I don't want to see any like fading or blending or anything. So I think I should cover this. So alright, so now that we're here, I can turn this off, and merge everything down. Control Shift E, the Shift E, right? So now I have this, right? Before and after, before and after. Now here is the fun part. This can be cool, and you're like, oh, I like what I've done, I move on with your life, right? So one thing you can see, one thing that's stressing me out is a lot of things that we need to fix. The selection, but I mean, you can take your time to fix the selection, but I'm just concerned about the background. So what I can do to change the background, I can click to hue saturation, click on this to create a clipping mask, then click on colorize. Now clicking on colorize means that now I can change the color of the background to any color I want. So I can change to blue, this blue, I can change to this hue of blue like this. When you increase the saturation, it gives you different shade of the color. So you choose the color here, this gives you different shade of the color, right? Then also this adjusts the brightness of the color, right? So I think I use something like a cyan, right? Something like this, and that was very simple, right? Okay, the next thing I did was this pole. right? So um um I don't think I'll take my time to fix all this selection, but you can, if you are doing something like this, you can take your time to fix the selection. So one thing you can see also is that you colorizing whatever is affecting you, so you can take it off, right? So come to the brush and make sure it's in black, make sure you're on this mask and just paint and take it off the concrete. So what I'm just giving you is like ideas on how you can do stuff. I have to be, I don't know, creative. You know, how you can turn something that is ordinary to not ordinary. I'm just showing you techniques, right? I think that should be what I should say. So now to remove this rust on the pole is very simple. What you have to do is come to hue saturation also. Hue saturation and just desaturate everything, right? Then Control I to invert the mask. Then press X to make sure the box is wide and just paint on it. That is as simple as that. Right, I can call this selection up, call selection up so that I don't go into the background, right? As you can see now, desaturating it just means that the rust stuff is not going to appear, right? So I guess the idea is just when you see how these tools are being used, you have an idea of what to do when you have similar situations, right? Yeah. So Control D. Alright, so now I can create a new Control Shift Alternate E to create this visible layer, right? Let's click on this. Control Shift Alternate E, create this visible layer. So what, I can turn this off now, and we have before and after, before and after. Now if I want to go into edit the skin, I think I will do so. I have to admit that this image, I didn't really do a lot of work to make the selection good, but what I'll do, I'll just use my quick retouch action to just fix everything. So let's merge this, Control Shift E, merge this down. Because I don't have time, so let's use like 5. Click on OK. Right, so as you can see, let me just press Ctrl Z. So this is before the action and after the action. So quickly we just retouch the skin, and I can add lots now. Come down and see lookup table. Stir 14. I like this on the skin. I mean, I can mask out the skin, but too much work. I think this is okay. I can reduce the opacity if I want. Right. I need to add this to cool everything down and reduce the opacity a bit. Maybe bring the skin color up a little bit. So come to the red and just move it up. Saturation, come to the yellow and move it up also. Alright, so I mean, this is what it is, right? Maybe come to color balance and come to the shadow and just push it up a bit. Add blues, come to the highlight, add a little bit of blues. I mean, yeah. So as you can see, this is a lot before, after, before the color grade, after the color grade.